So we just told what we're having.
Oh, well, we're not supposed to do that?
No, it was never a big secret, but...
Filming 101 for your husband.
You don't leave, you don't angle up. First of all, you get all the double chin, which the lady hates. Ladies do not like that.
Should I get my level?
He will. I'm not even going to pretend to say
I
yes.
got different sizes. I've got one that'll fit on the phone just nice. All right.
Okay. So, today is going to be a different episode. It might turn into a few episodes because these questions might be very thought-provoking.
Can you read them? Did you get your contact lenses in?
No, I didn't. I've been dealing with the pollen. It is springtime in Texas. Are we level? I think we're like, maybe you should get your level. No. Just do it this way. We are Ryan and Venice, and along with our 4 children and 2 dogs, we are traveling around the country in a 300 square foot motorhome. We share how we work, homeschool, and play as we focus on faith, our family, and all the fun in between. We are the RV Adventure Family. That was hard.
Should have put my level on it. Can you not rotate it like you can in a picture? Not on the video?
I can. I'll figure it out.
How does that look, baby?
I really can't.
It's level-ish. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
So, this is going to be different than a lot of the other episodes that we've been doing.
Me neither.
The other episodes that we've been doing, just because I wrote 10 questions that he hasn't seen, and he wrote 10 questions that I have not seen. So we're going to do like 1 for 1. One you a question, me a question.
It's about to get real.
I have no idea what he wrote. I gave him some topics, but I have no idea what he wrote, and he has no idea what I wrote, or I'm going to ask. So, let's get started.
Do you get to pick and choose your questions, or do you have to go from the top to the bottom?
I guess you can pick and choose, but make sure we don't answer the same question twice. I don't know.
I'd say just go from top to bottom then.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you want to go first, or you want me to?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Why are you giving me your question?
You said you'll go first. So I thought that meant that you would read first and answer first.
Oh, but
so do you mean I go first?
So, how about you write the question, or you read the question that you wrote, and I will answer.
I think it's fun to see a reaction when you read the question.
Well, you may not be able to understand my.
Well, I'll get clarification. So who wants to answer first? Let's.
Okay, I'll answer
a clarifying
first.
question. Who's going to answer the question first?
I'll answer first.
Okay.
Okay. I'm already blushing. What is the most improved area of our marriage over the last 5 years?
There was an assumption that there was some improvement.
And cute children. Time out. Yes. All right, you just go ahead and give Nicholas to them and let them. He's hungry though, right? Should we feed him?
So now that you've had time to take a break, go talk to the priest and do a little research, you can talk about our marriage.
Wow, your questions are kind of serious.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a qualification. Maybe I'm overqualified.
What is the most improved area of our marriage over the last 5 years? Aside from the obvious.
What's the obvious? I should know this, I guess, because that's what the word obvious
Should
means.
I say it?
Improved fertility? Is that what you're getting at?
Oh, you can't improve fertility.
Oh. Not naturally, anyway.
What is the most improved area? Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah, I bet you can. Watch your diet and stress levels.
Well, like there's hormone disruptors, like.
Okay. We digress.
Sense, yeah.
You're avoiding the question.
Get this crack out of my mouth. I would say communication, but we have spells of where we don't communicate.
Wait a minute. Doesn't the but like negate what you just said?
There's always like
communication, but well, I guess that's part of communicating.
There's always like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I will say the faith in our marriage, our dedication to our faith is most improved. Yeah. We recognize that we need to do that. Or homeschooling our children.
You don't have to say every area. It was just the most improved. The most improved area.
Okay.
But you can keep on if you like. I like hearing all the good stuff.
Well.
But faith, I think we realize that everything is an effect or derives from our faith.
For sure.
And from how much we focus on God in our worship, our prayer. Everything comes from that.
Which the more you know about the Catholic faith, I think the richer and the deeper your marriage becomes. There were things that we were doing in our marriage that we didn't necessarily know were against our religion, but ignorance is bliss until you know. And we can dive into that on another episode. But I will say that communication, not just verbally, but physically, and has translated into all aspects of our marriage.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'm trying to keep this version PG because our children might be watching this one day.
So is it my turn?
Did you?
I think
Okay.
so. I think it's
You
my
want to
turn
read
now.
my questions? Okay.
If you could upgrade to a 5th wheel for traveling, would you?
And the truck could hold 7 people. So because we'll have 7.
The qualifier to that. And the truck could hold. Okay, so we have a truck that doesn't exist yet. But the main question is about the 5th wheel, right?
Mm-hmm. If money was not a factor, because I know you're going to say money. Right now we're in a Class A, which is basically a bus that has an extension, a motorhome. And we pull a SUV.
Yeah. Ours is only 30 feet. Typically when you talk bus, you usually talk a little bit bigger. And diesel, air ride, all that stuff. But aside from the technicalities. So the question is about, would I upgrade to a 5th wheel for traveling? No. For living, yes. There's a big difference.
And I agree
because traveling and seeing all this stuff we want to see and getting to the awesome spots, there's a lot of places that a 5th wheel won't fit. And when we're out on the road and we're really seeing like all the beautiful things in this country,
you don't want to be limited.
Well, we're not inside that much, so I'm not too concerned about how nice and how much space we have inside. But for living, yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit more space.
So there is a lot of road noise in this motorhome, but the huge view that our window gets when we're traveling into a different terrain in a different state is just amazing. I remember I took a few turns sitting up there, but we had a friend with us when we were in Yellowstone, and he got to see the view driving to Yellowstone, and we had to change that quickly. I'm queen of the RV.
And it was suggested to clean your windows.
You could have cleaned them.
My boy, if you're watching, I still have not cleaned my windows.
Yes, you have.
Slacking. Yeah, but not like really. So when you wash your RV, it doesn't clean your windows. You still have all these water spots, and they're still dirty. So you gotta bust out the Windex and the lint-free rag to really get them a streak-free shine. Sounds like a Windex commercial. But,
yeah. Okay.
But it does. I see his point. It does help.
Yeah, but we also have 4 children and 2 dogs.
That's right.
It's
no streak-free shine over here.
It's not a priority. All right, your second question that you wrote. What area needs the most work in our marriage? I would say communication. I don't think you can ever stop working on communication. I think that, we know this statistically from reading books, but you think that you're communicating effectively, and most of the time you are not.
So one quote that comes to my mind is, we think that we communicate way better than we do. And that was actually a quote relative to leadership. But leadership and parenting, there's so many parallels. So we often communicate a lot worse than we think we do.
A lot.
I know many a times when I've been on the job and I've been in charge of people and employees and leading folks, hey, why didn't you do that? Oh, well, no, you didn't say to. Yeah, I did say that. But if I don't say it step by step, so in other words, I say something that may be the result of 5 other thoughts. But if I don't say all 5 of those thoughts to whoever the message is going to, I just say the last one or the result of those 5 thoughts. All they're getting is the total. And the parts that get to that total, they may be a little bit different. And I've learned the same thing with our kids. Hey, go clean up that area.
Right.
Well,
what does clean up mean?
And what does clean mean? I mean, it's these things that it seems so obvious.
Yeah. We can't assume that they know what we're trying to communicate, right? Clean up that area. To them, that might be very clean.
So being more descriptive, maybe, or maybe whenever
step by step,
one of us asks a question or says something, the other one asks a clarifying question instead of assuming. So assumptions. Everybody assumes every day, all day. There are assumptions that are made. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Sorry. Oh. And we can't help assume. So the difference is we are aware of our assumptions, and we think about the assumption, and we determine if the assumption is correct or not. What I tend to do is make an assumption, and then I'll say, okay, well, that assumption's true before I actually know it's true. And then I get 5 steps down the line, come to find out that initial assumption was not true. So everything after that was wrong. So maybe suspending our assumptions.
Suspend assumptions
and verifying them to see if they're actually right.
They call something, I used to work in the medical field, and something that they would say in the medical field, especially when you're working a code, is having closed loop communication. Closed loop communication means, okay, I'm giving 1 amp of epinephrine. The person giving the epinephrine, 1 amp of epinephrine given. So they close that loop by repeating exactly what they say. That is very helpful because I've communicated several things to one of my daughters. She might have only heard one thing. So it'd be good for her to repeat back to me what I've said. In, I guess, most cases. Mia, I need you to fix your bed, get dressed, and brush your teeth. Yes, Mommy, I will fix your bed, get dressed, and brush my teeth. It seems very simple, but I think the communication and both of us it would reduce our frustrations if we both were just on the same page. And that shows that we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right, moving on. All right, you're number 2. We can talk about that.
What is your favorite part about living in an RV full time? The simplicity.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice not having to mow a yard, not having to get up on a roof and blow off the pine straw. For those of you that aren't in Texas or near pine trees, because there's actually pine trees all over the country that we've figured out. But yeah, so not having on the roof. And just do the typical maintenance that comes in the house, with the house. With that said, there is definitely maintenance on an RV, but it's different type of maintenance. Usually it's quicker maintenance. It doesn't take quite as long. So yeah, just the simplicity of it. We clean more often in the RV, but the cleaning is quick. It doesn't take long. So every morning we actually wake up and because we have dogs, we sweep the dog hair, but it only takes about 3 minutes to sweep the dog hair. Versus in the house, it's like a chore to vacuum, sweep the dog hair, and it may have happened once a month, if we're lucky. So the simplicity, I think, is my favorite part.
Right. That's a good way to put it. Right now, we are stationed back near our hometown, around our community. So we have events to go to, we have things to do, we have people to see. Our schedule's a little bit more packed and scheduled. But when we were traveling, didn't really know anyone. We were not committed to anything. The only thing that we had a commitment to was to go to mass or on Sundays or a holy day, but we didn't have any commitments, and I really loved that part of it too. Did I miss my family community? Absolutely. We couldn't wait to get back and see them, but it's like a double-edged sword. If we're gone away, we have that simplicity, but we miss everyone when we're here. Maybe it's because I'm pregnant, but also our capacity for things. We understand what's most important that needs to be taken care of in our RV. So we have to prioritize those things, and having a lot of structure and less on our plate is super helpful when living this lifestyle. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the community front, we have met so many amazing people in this lifestyle. Like-minded. Obviously, they're at an RV park too, and they're typically living there. Because the people that come in and out on the weekends, they're kind of doing their own thing. You know, they don't really stick around and chat for the most part.
Oh, but Miss Cheryl from church in Louisiana, she actually just texted me yesterday and asked how we were doing. And that's so sweet. We meet plenty of people at church. We don't always exchange numbers with them, but every now and then we do. And oh my gosh, just the sweetest lady, sweetest community.
And,
Hi, Miss Cheryl.
Nowadays, with the technology, they have a way to keep up with us.
Yeah.
So those people just need to create their own channel and reciprocate it and start posting some videos.
I would love that. What are they doing?
All right. Next, it's your turn.
All right. How are you able to get more beautiful every day? He's looking for some husband bonus points for his pregnant wife.
It's a legitimate question. I mean, look at her. If you saw her the last video, she's definitely more beautiful. I'm totally objective.
I don't know how to answer this question, other than the fact that our diet's really, really, really good. Plus, he's been keeping me off all the sugar. I have an accountability partner that lives with me now. Thankfully, my husband is very disciplined, and I feel like that really is. Everybody has told me that I'm glowing. Sometimes I feel like it's just smoke that they're blowing because I'm pregnant, and I really appreciate it. But I have one friend. Everyone has this one friend that always tells them the truth, regardless. And I have that one friend, Juanita, that she doesn't blow smoke. She does not. And for her to tell me that I look really great this pregnancy compared to my last pregnancies, that my skin is just glowing, I'm like, oh, well, I must be looking really great. So I can just only attribute it to supplements, lack of sugar, and I do this face wash that I'm really in love with. And it's not a plug, but it is a plug because I use it. I've used it like every day for the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. And collagen, just like supplements, just regular supplements that I was just growing my hair out, but it also helps your skin, which I've heard.
And she's very humble, so I didn't expect her to spend so much time on this question.
I'm gonna pause.
Just kidding.
Your turn.
If we were to get pregnant again, would you want a boy or a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, aren't there other options nowadays?
No.
I don't know. I guess a boy. It'd make it even, 3 and 3.
So we just told what we're having.
Oh, we were not supposed to do that?
No, it was never a big secret, but I guess I've not told social media because I wanted we've been away, so I wanted to tell everybody in person. And I think we've told pretty much everyone that we know.
You can always edit that out.
In person.
Do you want me to answer it again? That way I don't have to answer that way.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's right. This is raw and uncut.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah, it'd be 3 girls and 3 boys. Each girl would be assigned to a boy because, man, those boys.
Because they're more responsible. And usually smarter. They make, yeah.
These boys, like this.
I'm man enough to admit that, yeah.
This boy in here, he's doing somersaults in there. I don't know, having a party. I don't know what he's doing. Hey friends, thanks for watching one of maybe 2 or 3 of Ryan and I asking each other questions. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, or comment. Since we recorded that video, we have moved while we were waiting on baby, and we hope to see you next time.